Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah. Mortgage Dubai ain't got shit on me. You can touch the sky, but you ain't got shit on me. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
Burn down my house and build it up again. Tell 'em I burn it down twice just for the fun of it. Tell 'em so much money I don't know what to do with it. Tell 'em I don't pick up my phone, ain't knowing what the time. Tell 'em I got me one gun and an alibi. Tell 'em so much love that the whole thing feel like a lie. Don't need nobody. I 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 don't need nobody.
Mount Everest ain't got shit on me.
Tell all the boys no, makes you feel good, yeah.
Yo, 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 yo!
What's happening? Shit, left my phone downstairs.
All right. What's up, guys? What's Hanny? Yeah, that was 100% copyright music, but we're going to edit that out, all right? We're going to edit that out. Don't worry. Let's go ahead and send out a pingarooski. But we are live. Who do we got in here? Who do we got in here? We got Abda in the house. We got Bad Dog in the house. We got Butter. We got some Madman, Gridiron King, M1 Code, 8 the Beans. Who else we got? Polang, Why Not, Ducky, Ninterio, Kazin, Willie Cans, what's up? Fresh new TFS member right there. What's good, what's good? Black Turtle, Kurt Meister, the Wifeski. Give us LXV versus TFS. Mink, what's up, Mink? And Mr. Roboto. All right, let's go ahead and send out a ping that we are live. Da, 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 da. And no, wife, I didn't start my shift late. I was responding to comments all morning, and then I recorded a podcast video with Mr. Sneaky Rooski. Send over to 600 people. Yes. Guys, if you guys have not joined my Discord yet, check out the Discord. There you go. Bang. YouTube turns into... Wait, what? YouTube turns into the stream. He's a Raid Shadow. Here is a... Wait, what? 10 seconds into the stream, here's a Raid Shadow Legends ad. Interesting. Guns with the Raid Shadow Legends ad. Let's go. What's the best cav pet? I think the Auric Warhound's probably going to be the best cav pet. It's gonna be my guess. Don't tell that to Mario? Why? Who does Mario think is the best cav march or cav pet? Oh, okay. He thinks the Berserk's the best. I mean, I don't have a good Berserk, so can't really speak on that. You heard a few people left TFS? A few people leave every alliance, every season, bro. That's normal. Like what? Imagine playing Cavs. Lol. Lol. I mean, I recently went in on my blade, right? Check it out. We're 2,000 out of 4,000 now. We still have 30 0 stars. Okay. So I'm hoping to get this Blade Manticore done. Stat. Bro, you better recruit a lot so we can match together. 3-star next year? Negative, bro. What the hell? For Urag, can you use Moonbear? You need versatility. It's way worse than a... No, hell no, dude. Put it this way. Fluffy still runs a Moonbear on his Urag Tobin. Just got your Flame Manticore to 3-star last night. Shit. Yo, Gridiron, we're going to have to do some testing, brother. We're going to have to do some testing for sure. Alright, guys. For those of you guys coming into the stream right now, settle in, settle in. We're giving people time to come in. We got 77 viewers right now. We will be doing an MFD NxW kind of review. Once we fully watch that match, we will look over some of the other matches that happened that were like somewhat-ish close to kind of get a feel for what the alliances, how the alliances are looking, right? Because we have a big... Let me take you guys a... So we take a look over here. Going forward, we got FWY versus Echo 2, OMG versus NTS, YSS versus Echo, WAO versus BTX. Then we have... Let me turn the music down. Look, I'm yelling over it. Okay, then we have WBA versus 30NA, 25IL versus Echo 1, EIS versus MFD, and then Sleepy Eyes versus RAC. I will be live this Sunday. Of starting off with Sleepy Eyes versus RAC. I think that's going to be a great matchup at 1300. Follow up by us in TFS having our 1400 Roots Award team. So I'll just live stream it. Who cares? And then once that's done, we're going to roll straight into the 1500 matchup of WBA versus 30NA. Okay. And then after that, there's a bunch of 1500 matches here. Okay. That we can watch and, have a look. Take a little look-sees, see what's going on there. And then I have a Roots of War match for TFS at 2000. So it's going to be a just an entire day of Roots of War content. So, yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Also, I'm sure some of you guys have noticed I caught up with all my comments this morning. Hundreds of comments that I had to catch. And, dude, I'm pretty good at replying to most of my comments. But, let's see. Versus MSD, we don't have 6 to 7 regular players. Don't spoil the rest. I mean, there goes your weekend plans. Guns, love you. Love you too, bro. Alan, appreciate you, brother. You've been burning through all your pet coins for these talents? Greetings, SKG, Short King Guns. Just woke up at noon from a 10-hour sleep. Welcome, Deku, welcome. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this matchup, guys. Let's take a look at this matchup. It's only a 7K or 6K difference, roughly. Let's see. Were any other matchups close? No. Not really. I think the only other one that was like kind of close was TFS versus 25IL. Close. They smoked us pretty hard. Maybe RAC ROG. I think RAC ROG will at least skip through that one. And then Sleepy Eyes versus WAO. But for sure, we're going to watch MFD NxW. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Is MFD cooked, chat? NxW versus MFD. I mean, MFD is like... I mean, they're going up against EIS, dude. So... Oh, I don't know. All right, give it a second. We got NxW. You can tell they don't have a TP order. They're just all teleporting in. It looks like MFD does have a TP order. You can see one of their rally leads is set next to that door. Ready to hate watch NxW, said Wongu. Today on Gunstream, the roast of MFD. EIS stock is up in the past few weeks. It is. Their stock is definitely up. We lost early game and take all stones, don't win game, sad. Ready to roast NxW for every misplay. Sheesh. There's our boy Ian Haley with his daily 10 bomb to the stream. Ian Haley, I appreciate it, brother. Also, our boy Ian Haley is back in TFS. All right, this time as a full Cav player, so be cool to have you around, brother. All right, let's give a shout out here real quick to NxW, Sagulu, Al, Kua, Scamron, Ramuza, Winter, Nishin, Yurichi. I might mess some of these up. Aya, Mini, Jakarta, DZA. Not sure what that says. Jokums, Borat, Roz, KDO, Ronin Star, Cemental, Janin, The Viking, D, Gerald, Kfig, Pinchilla, Cloud9. Over on the MFD side, they seem to still be struggling to spawn in. But Paradise 1000, Miosita, Mad Mardigan, Jang, Bao, Lalaze, Folk Cartel, Stomp, Sylv, Striker, Mortrid, Queek. Should it be the roast MFD? We didn't plan this one, and we sure as hell not trying versus EIS. Rolling is a waste of time for us at the moment until we get better players. Chat, no spoilers, no spoilers. No, not this game. We played like shit. Hey, but listen, you guys made it through the top 16 though. Shit. Meanwhile, I was over here planning like every like a lot of different things, but you know, we came short. But I think people are gonna do the so OMG's going up against NTS, right? And I think people are sleeping on OMG and what they can do, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, the first thing we're gonna look at. Well, MFD is not even have their full team in yet. Abda's just like, all right, fuck it, everyone join. Like, see. All right, so NxW already starting off only with 28 players. MFD with 25 players. Let's see their initial play here. Out of the left gate, we got Sagula and Winter coming out with archers and one tank. Interesting. Initial plays. Any big initial plays? Looks like MFD is going to be quick with those Cav players coming out the right-hand side. Looks like we have some people getting ready to TP staff there. Another TP staff group there on the bottom left-hand side. Looks like MFD is going to have the early control here of the Hall of Water. You can see Striker, boom, TP staff a little early there. We got Cemento here, too slow to the tray. He touches it, but doesn't go back inside. Is he going to... Okay, he goes inside now. NxW with the TP staff play as well, but way too slow. Okay, so that means they had both teams had a good idea of the TP staff. However, NxW was way too slow at it. There comes the TP staff. Yeah, so both teams need to be a lot faster in their TP staff play. Off the ripskis, you can just see the MFD presence over NxW. Even though MFD is missing players, they are still doing their thing. Can we watch TFS row match? I mean, I've personally watched that like 5 different times myself, but we'll see. 25 players meta optimized number to win row, apparently. Yeah, I mean, off the ripskis, you can see NxW has a bunch of archers here. I mean, that's not going to work well for them. That's not going to work well for them. MFD already has multiple buildings under control. That's going to shoot them up as soon as they get their buildings capped. As you guys can see, the points per minute don't start working up until they actually capture the point. Then they get initial capture points, which are huge for the beginning. and then they start ticking. MFD. Okay, finally they switched the Garrison captain there, getting swarmed down by a few NxW players. It seems like all NxW's Cavs and infantry went to the right, and their range units went to the left. Those poor range units are starting to get eaten up now by MFD. Hate to see it. Someone didn't give NxW the memo. Welcome to top 32, buddy. Like, you gotta have infant Cavs. If you don't, then good luck to ya. Sleo, what's up? We'll get a TFS row breakdown commentary video. What you done right, what needs work, etc. I don't know. I've already done that talk with my own team, and we've talked about it to great lengths. I think it can help out a lot of other teams, but we'll see. Okay, off the Ripskis, you can see MFD here doesn't have anyone to refill the Hall of Power, so already seeing a flaw in the building game early, especially for the Hall of Power. This should be something that people refill pretty quickly. Oh, nice individual play there, I think, by Enric47 to come in and fill that hall. I mean, these are the things that are needed, right? You need those individual plays to be able to sustain that. Also, you can see over here in the Tree of Healing, no support for the Tree of Healing. Based off that decision, you can kind of see that MFD doesn't have assigned players for defending buildings, which they're going to find out very quickly when they face EIS next season, how crucial it is to make sure that each building has assigned players for defense. Lee Leeson, what's up? Dun, 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 dun. I mean, the MFD Cavs dominating the right-hand side, doing really good. Yep, they're controlling the whole right side. For some reason, MFD hasn't launched a single rally at the Tree of Courage or the Hall of Nature. Either they're trying to focus everything in their close buildings first, or they just simply are not worried about those buildings. That's what it seems like right now. We got a rally coming in from Scamaron with a Kuma primary. Someone tell the boy Scamaron that Quan has the rally tree. Ramusa looks like it's not going to be able to take that building there. I mean, NxW still somehow making their way up this left-hand side with the range units as well. The portals have been activated. You guys can see the initial capture points have already been set. MFD already off to a 3K start. Giving the fact that... Okay, I almost spoiled it for everyone. But anyways, 3K start off the rip. That's going to be huge. Okay, now we got some good support here by Mortrid, making that individual place to fill the building. You can see here, he pulled out whatever he had in there and refilled it by a fresh march. So good notes there by Mortrid, being able to take that in. NxW's Cavs coming in on the right-hand side, looking to control this Cav problem that they have going on. But still, we don't see a rally coming out of NxW there for the Hall of Water. This rally is still going for Ramusa. It's going to fall. We're going to be able to see our first report here. Okay. This guy blinked this way, but I don't think he knows. But you can blink over here and be able to refresh a lot faster. You can see Jaeger there using the Springbird Feather to get back faster. Good love to see that. NxW put in some good pressure on the left-hand side. Range units and all, they are still making it happen. We got a single rally coming over here by Scamaron. Nice. We got RPW here sitting aside. Probably going to fill it soon. The Scamaron rally doing really good up against the Magro. Most of the people on the upper lane couldn't even fill one Inf March. Oh, that's right. You guys had a bunch of deads, right? From your guys' KVK. My boy Gray did tell me that... he has like 2 million deads. I'm like, 2 million inf deads? I'm like, bruh, you don't even have 2 million inf. He's like, so, okay, here's the situation here by NxW. Big L here by Geochems, or Geochems. This is something that I have noticed a a lot. So Yorochi is probably going to go for the swarm as well. Also a big mistake there, man. He's just going to get absolutely cooked. Listen, when you're going up against good teams, swarming a hall that has damn near max health is not the move. These marches could have went down here to help more of the field control, okay? Because if you help the field control, then you can stop some of the reinforcements. Now here comes the rally. Here comes the rally. Okay, I mean, here's the thing. If you have the field control and you want to swarm a building along with your rally, cool. If you don't have field control and you're also swarming buildings, also not a good move there. Nah, they were not swarming to get back faster, bro. We literally saw homie full health come in. So you can see NxW's coming in with the Quan Kuma. So here's one of the things that I've noticed from a lot of teams and Roots of War. I don't think they have the strat where like you rally with a Kuma Quan, right? And then you have the garrison within the rally. So once you take the building, okay, you switch to the garrison captain. All right. Now, some kingdoms don't have the luxury of having that many people, so they just go with a Kuma Quan. That way, they don't have to worry about switching garrisons and whatnot. However, I have a theory that I don't know if it's true or not, but if a Quan Kuma takes a building and you leave the Quan Kuma in the building, I think the rally tree still might be active. I don't know this for 100%. However, it needs to be tested. But I do know that versus OMG, they took our building, they left a Quan Kuma as primary, and it was absolutely cooking all our rallies and people swarming. So what does that tell me? Okay, that tells me that maybe the rally tree is still active as long as you keep that same hero there when you take that building. It keeps all the trees active, because if it wasn't active, then we would have melted that thing, and then people swarming would have also melted it as well. So that is just a theory that I have right now. I don't know how true it is. If it is true, I mean, Okay, you can see NxW ended up taking the building here. Let's go take a look at that report and what they're working with. I mean, you can see a lot of people are just swarming, dude. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of swarms happen, but I think it's going to be here. So here we go. We got NxWD. I know this guy has a really good pet firsthand. They got absolutely fried, brother. 430 severely wounded by BC Darkness. Let's go take a look at what they have in there. BC Darkness has a Magro Kuma with a Serpent's Edge Max with a great pet on there, Mr. Cuddles. However, didn't stand a chance against the Kuma Quan Mazrock full 3-star build that they have going on there. So that's going to be a problem for MFD dealing with that rally from D. Okay, so they're going to have to get proper reinforcements. Okay, they only had 1.1 million in there, so they're going to have to get full marches in there in order to be able to properly deal with that march there. Here comes the Ramusa rally again on that building. You can tell that MFD rotated their calves over to the left-hand side. They noticed that the right side doesn't really have much presence from NxW, so good shout there by Abdiski to shift those calves over to the left-hand side in order to deal with the open field presence that they have here. Looks like the Scamron rally is going to go down on this Hall of Blessings. We'll be able to take a look at that as well. You can see that the beasts have appeared. NxW was fully ready and prepared. Paradise is just sitting there like, well, I mean, what to do now? One of the things that Paradise could have done here in this situation was at the last minute use an unyielding rush to hit the pet and proc the artifacts. He could have had a chance to steal it there. You can see that he chose to attack the marches instead, which, I mean, they're going to kill him anyway. So that's something for Paradise to take into account, that when it comes to the pets, even if you're outnumbered, if you can time the unyielding rush and get your artifacts off and kill that pet, you still have a chance at taking the pet there. Okay, so here we go. Moving into the left-hand side, you can see MFD starting to clog up this whole left-hand side. This is going to be a big problem for NxW having control of the field because, I mean, they're getting clogged up on the left here. NxW can make the call to, okay, I mean, come out the right side. A lot of presence from NxW here. They're kind of just standing around now. Not really sure, you know, okay, now they're starting to move. A few of them starting to utilize the portals. One of the things that's going to be interesting going forward into the other matches in the top 16 is how they utilize the portals to be a nuisance to their enemies. You can see here Aya coming in through the portal, looking to make something happen here. Let's see if MFD has the proper players in these outposts. Let's see here. Okay, let's take a look at the Hall of Power. Some of the reports here. Let's see what kind of reports are they cooking. Okay, MFD, they did good against that Quan Kuma there, even though they had low numbers. You can see they have a fully kitted out Magro Kuma in the garrison versus a Bruin Bear. Pretty solid Bruin Bear, but I think it's a 7 slaughter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not ideal. Although the Bruin Bear is good, granted, if that's the best they have, I mean, it's okay. It's better than, you know, some random 2-star in the locker. However, that Magro Kuma is gonna do well here. You can see here another rally. About even trades there, but that Magro Kuma is still doing the job there. So the MFD has a solid garrison going on there. Let's take a look at the Hall of Blessings. Let's see. MFD loves their Magro Kumas. Okay, did good there. Let's see over here. Okay. Let's see over here. All right. And then, so it's Mr. Roboto in here. We know Mr. Roboto firsthand has an amazing pet there. Looks like he has the full counter build here. Yeah, he has a full counter build here. So instead of intense coil, he's going with the tooth and claw build. So solid. So Mr. Roboto, solid pet there. Once again, NxW are finally able to push through out of this left-hand side. MFD already starting to set up in the center for the stone. Large presence coming out of the right-hand side for NxW, starting to push up this bridge here to establish some dominance here. We got Darkness trying to take this building back. Mortrid here. Looks like Mortrid is a solid player, man. I see the way he's doing. Let's see. Is he going to fill the rally now? Make a good individual play? Or maybe he's going to have to kick whatever March he has in there, but he has to be quick about it, because if the rally's too low, it's going to be a little too late. You can see D here is swarming the rally, doing a really good job there, helping defend that Hall of Water. So good individual actions there by D to assist the building game. Okay, if we take a look at the building game, NxW is at 546 and MFD is at 380. So NxW has the advantage here in terms of building control, which is pretty cool to see. A bunch of calves over here from MFD. I think it looks like they just swarmed it down. We probably had just missed that. The stone is trying to come up. MFD utilizing the bear really nicely. Big shout out to Hyper utilizing the bear. This is going to be a technique that's going to be exciting to see coming on to the certain each weekend. How individual alliances utilize these bears and / behemoths to stall the enemy from picking up on the stone. If this bear wasn't here, it would 100%, NxW would have 100% picked up that stone already, ready to go. You can see that MFD has 1, maybe 2 players with 1 little flying chicken here. The top teams are going to have flying chicken squads, bro, straight up, because, I mean, this is where it's money, right? Because if this guy picks up, you can see that NxW doesn't have a flying chicken / flyer assigned to pick this up. And now they're walking on the ground, which is going to be very difficult. If they had a flyer, this guy would have been over the ridge here, ready to go straight into that NxW hall, which would have made things a lot easier. You can see Last Zero standing by, trying to, potentially snag this up. NxW has more of the presence here. MFD coming up on the right-hand side, though, with a good cav presence coming up on the right on the bridge. Oh, my God. They're trying to pick it up. Okay, so now they're gonna have a good clash here. NxW looks to have the more presence on the field here. Okay, let's take a look at the points per minute. 483 to 490. So now MFD has the advantage there in points. However, NxW has the buff from the pet, giving them that 5% more. All right. The Cavs going absolutely ham on each other. The Flying Chickens. Lasto, I didn't even catch that. That was a sneaky little play there from Lasto. However, Alan Sue is looking to block him off from coming over here. You can see he's looking to block him off. I mean, this flyer has like -1 speed, it seems like. Why is he not hitting him? Why is he not hitting the march? Okay, I think he finally realized he was there. Okay, boom. He's gonna take it now. Oh my god. Okay, he's looking to pick it up. I think he's gonna be able to pick this up uncontested. No, there's range units there being able to take him out while he's trying to pick it up. I mean, here's the thing with range units, right? Yeah, range units get cooked, but they could be kind of useful in this scenario, right? Because if MFD or NxW didn't have any range units there, Alan Sue picks up that stone fairly easy. Fairly easy. I mean, Alan's still trying to make something work here. MFD has their bear. NxW's bear. Oh, no, that's NxW's bear. MFD's bear got taken out early, trying to stall enough time for MFD to swing over and make it. Okay. What do we have here? Yeah, this rally is just not going to take down the Hall of Power. You guys saw MFD has pretty maxed out pets on both of these halls. You can see here that they kicked out low power or low numbered arch or tanks there to be able to replenish the Hall of Blessings. That's good. Building control showing there out of MFD that regardless of fighting for the stone, they're still be able to organize, guys like Mortrid being able to support these rallies. Okay. So NxW still, showing a lot. You can see the big difference here in the plan. NxW literally just stopped doing anything for the buildings. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the biggest things I see from NxW right now. Yo, Nevada, thank you for the 2-bomb, brother. Gunsy was cooking, good looking. Just doing a little row commentary. Appreciate that, bro. You can see NxW is committing absolutely everything to the stone. No, there's no more rallies. Meanwhile, MFD is just casually taking all the buildings apart on the side. And this is a huge thing that I'm noticing from even some top teams. They don't send everybody to the stone. They really don't. Like, they have their set players that do the building control stuff. They send certain players to the center. I think depending on how it's going in the center, they're going to be able to adjust that of who they send there. So it's always good stuff to see this. Giacomo, what's up, bro? That stone is still there. You can see MFD is at 12.6k to NxW's 8.8, but they're going to start breaking apart here soon. They're going to start taking this because MFD's getting ready to take this Hall of Water. Queek still being able to make the individual play to fill this rally up. They're definitely going to end up securing that. However, still no response out of NxW over to these Halls of Water or anything else. They just completely stopped rallying anything. Big mistake out of NxW here. Big, and it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them in the end. All right. Where's the stone at? It's traveling. NxW is going to be able to get this in, but I think this stone's only 3k flat. So it's going to put them within 1,000 points away from MFD. Boom. The stone has captured. So yeah, 3,000. So they're within 1,000 points of reach. However, that costed them a lot of resources to be able to capture that stone, because while they were doing that, MFD still had onesies and twosies controlling the buildings. You can see that the pet is up, and it looks like MFD is going to be able to take this freely. Okay, here we go. Had to take a little sip of my coffee. So now MFD, you guys can see the timer there. Boom, they got the... I've never even seen that buff. What is that buff? I've never even seen that buff and what it does. Looks like a little ghost. Anyways, MFD captured this building. You can see they're already kicking out low-numbered troops out of there. However, I mean, NxW is not even paying attention to the building, so it doesn't really matter. They got NxW out rallying the Tree of Healing. I mean, we haven't seen any MFD rallies because they have so much control. So you can see one of the things that MFD does, they didn't bother rallying Hall of Nature or Tree of Courage. And that's interesting, right? Because I personally think that every team should at least initially rally those trees. Now, these initial buildings. Now, if the team see that, okay, they have a solid defense... Okay, they have a solid defense here. We're not going to be able to take this so easily. Now we can reallocate those resources / troops elsewhere to further help control the buildings and the stone. So that would make sense. But to completely not rally it at all, you're just letting your opponents know, hey, they're not even rallying this shit. Let's just, if you're in those buildings, just leave. They're not even doing anything to them, so. Okay. Let's take a look. You can see MFD starting to pull away now because of the building game. This is what some of the things for you guys to take, especially for you row leads. The stone is worth 3,000 points. If you control majority of the buildings, you can see here, MFD controls 3 of the halls and about 3 trees as well. That is 8, and then with 1 mark, that's able to get them 787 a minute. So in 3 minutes, they can already make up for what that stone was. Right? And it took the stone fight at least like 10 minutes for anyone to even capture it. So that's something for people to take into consideration. That is the $1 million question. How many troops do you set for each building compared to how much do you commit to the stone? You can see NxW, so a lot of their range players on the left-hand side here. Let's take a look at the Hall of Power again at the reports. Okay. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it didn't do too bad, but now they switched it to Quan Kuma. I wish we got statistics in Roots of War in terms of, from a spectator's perspective. It would really help us out if we were able to see the stats. Yo, Steven Williamson with the sub. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, turn on that bell notification. Lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Hit us with the subs key too. You can see D has another Kuma Quan, but it's interesting how they're not using Quan Kuma. Okay, I mean, trust me, I've seen NxW rally cities, and they use Quan primary. So what's the idea here? They just not have enough rally and garrison leads to be able to switch that? Oh my goodness, we have a Gorish in the hall. What is happening? We have a Gorish as garrison lead. I think maybe their garrison lead is refreshing, but they are getting absolutely cooked right now. Queek is just gonna refresh the march there, hitting it on the rally. All right. We got another stone available in 3 minutes. They're only apart by 3K right now. MFD still has major control of the buildings. I just feel like I never see NxW rallies, bro, on this left side. Like, what? Look at this. This guy is... Okay, looks like they might have got their garrison lead in there now. However, there's been a lot of damage done already. You got Geo comes here. I mean, you might as well go swarm the building at this point. You might as well. Instead of going to just suicide on those troops. Get a few ticks on that tower there would have been a little bit better. That's the other thing too that comes with Roots of War is knowing when to swarm and when not to swarm. Okay. You know, sometimes you can go for the swarm because you're just trying to reset your march, which is fine, but it could be costly for the open field. Do you think they'll make a way where Garrison and Rally is combined instead of separating them? No, I don't think so. Like, if you rally, you aren't punished sitting with your rally talents in a Garrison after winning Night Film. So I mentioned it in the beginning of this coverage that I think that might be how it works, to be honest. Because I've seen Quan Kumas, after they take a building, successfully defend rallies from top rally marches. So it could potentially be that that's how it is. I'll be 100% honest. All right. Still no pressure from MFD on the Hall of Nature and the Tree of Courage. So it's more effective to launch a rally than to fight on the open field, said 17 Gamers. How is it? What do you mean? So if you launch a rally with the Quan Kuma, okay, and you take the building and your Quan Kuma is sitting inside the building, I have a theory that the Quan Kuma is still utilizing its talents, meaning you don't have to Garrison swap. That's just a theory right now, okay, based off what I have seen in Roots of War, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Because the reason why that's huge is because, well, now you can utilize, you know, what is a good Garrison captain to be a better rally lead elsewhere, you know, because most teams put, like, their top rallies onto the Halls of Water in the middle, and probably their top Garrison in their Hall of Power. That seems to be what a lot of people are doing. Darksuit said it's more effective objective-wise. Always better to keep and take buildings than fighting open field without objective. Lifestone spawning M-pets. Next Row League will be Lock or Look 25 Cav main and 5 Imp main versus the same. I don't know. I think next Row League they switch it up. I think next Row League they could be like, you know what? No Cavs allowed. Screw it, no Cavs. And then what's going to be meta? Archers. Archers and tanks will be the meta. Bad Dog with the gifted membership, brother. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you. The One-Eyed One received the membership from Bad Dog as well. Nice. Okay, the stone is available, and NxW is completely all over it. Zero presence from MFD in the middle. You can see here, I mean, so far, MFD's been winning this entire match simply from building control. You can see Scamron's going to try to take on Mr. Robato's Garrison here on the left-hand side, but it doesn't look like he's going to be successful. We got Barracuda coming over here to the Tree of Healing. Probably going to go refresh that bad boy. Okay, it's traveling. It's already traveling. Zero contention from MFD. They're going to bring it even closer. I mean, they're going to end up capping this. It's Mr. Borat with a Atheist Bertrand flying over the top skis there. We also have a pet available in another minute and 30 seconds. Last time NxW was able to completely dominate that top side. From what you've seen, Magro and Kuma loses to Kuma Kwan. And rallies. Yep. Well, right now it's just yeah, it's just a Kuma Kwan Kuma meta right now. However, I will say for us in League, Gru was rallying us with a Tobin Emrys. And you guys know how a lot of teams are putting Kuma primary as the Garrison. Well, let me tell you. Kuma primary and the Garrison versus a Tobin Emrys got fried, bro. Fried. I'd have to double check with one of my Garrison leads to see what talent trees he had. I'm pretty sure he had the ones I recommended. But if it's a Kuma primary with no Garrison tree and then you get hit by a freaking Tobin Emrys with a cracked out Golden Rock, I think that gets fried every time. Have I seen Magro Kuma? Yeah, of course. That's a common Garrison Night Films. And just like that, NxW is able to capture their second live stone, and they're still trailing, and they're still losing the building game by a lot. By a whole lot. I'm sure NxW is kicking themselves in the foot, man. I truly do think a few adjustments to the build game, and they win this match easy, bro. Because, I mean, they have a lot of field control, dude, all over the map. And that's the problem with NxW this match. They were too focused on fighting in the field and not focused on the objectives enough. Not focused on the objectives enough. I mean, all stones are very important, but if they don't take control of this build game, it doesn't even matter. Nah, we weren't kicking ourselves. We were missing about 7 people, including the role leader. I mean, that's worse. You should definitely be kicking yourselves. Like what? Like what? Like what? Like how are you missing 7 people? Like that's worse than like you know what I mean? Like you got bigger issues at that point. But anyways, you can see good utilization of the tanks here on the right hand side by the tanks. Yeah, I mean, here is a strategy that cooked TFS single-handedly. Okay, besides a few other factors, but one of the things that was so tough for us was the fact that 25IL had dedicated tank players that will deadass just walk to the ramps, and then they'll have another tank player that will TP staff onto it, and then you have 10 tanks just blocking this. And you know, a lot of players in Roots of War don't pay attention, right? So they're just walking into the abyss, getting blocked by tanks. B-Killick, what's up, bro? We got a rally from the Viking hitting the Tree of Healing. NxW siempre ha tenido problemas, siempre van a la guerra, campo abierto siempre. NxW got second Drake, that could be crucial. True. Did they just get that? Oh, they did just get that. Looks like NxW was ready for that again. I mean, the build game, though, is still, like, heavily in MFD's favor. Look at that. 724 to 286. That's just, that you know, you just can't outdo that. You just can't outdo that, bro. I have yet to see consistent rallies. Like, I don't know what's going on with NxW's plan here as far as the rallies, but it seems like they're a little bit delayed. I mean, and look at this. See, look at that. MFD doing a good job at refilling these buildings. You can see they're taking their outposts in the back. Muka, Mardigan, or Madrian, Muka. They're looking to take these buildings back. They got the Hydra hitting the building. Let's see how much damage it's doing. I mean, it's hitting it for 11, dude. 11 normal hits. 11 normal hits. 9. I mean, that's big, bro. I'll be honest. Like hitting the buildings with the behemoth is actually pretty damn high IQ, right? Because those little onesies and twosies, 10k, 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 10k. That's so many lightly woundeds that by the time that the rally hits, it's definitely gonna help take it. Right, because when you think about the Hydra in the situation, there is no stone available, right? In the open field, yeah, sure, it could go hit marches. So it makes sense that if you have all of that in play, that you utilize the behemoths to hit the buildings, right? So there goes the Hydra. It's coming off over here. Probably going to do a little bit of open field control now. Considering MFD runs full calves, you would say you guys held your ground. No, man, you guys, yeah, like I said, you guys did good, but a few tweaks, bro, you could have done even better. You know, I truly do think, just looking around the field, like you guys definitely could have won this. That Kuma Kwan, once again, ripping that Magro Kuma in half, mainly because of, you know, not having the garrison properly filled. They swarmed the Tree of Courage. You can see MFD now swarming the Tree of Healing. Doesn't look like it has that many. However, that Kuma Kwan will punish you. That Kuma Kwan will definitely punish you. Okay, now they're in a 4,000 difference. 4,000 difference. Let's take a look at their top merit earners or point earners. We have D at 108, Scamron 106, EO Kim's at 100, Winter at 100, Aquawa at 87, Yurichi at 80, Sagalu at 78.5, Raz at 78.5, Mini at 69.9. Okay, MFD, Paradise 119, Striker 110, Jag 106, Barcode 95, Bina 93, Silv 86, Poolboy 80, Bao 79, Mr. Roboto 78.8, and then Lala Zai at 74.6 for their top 10 there. Did they just give up swarming this trio healing? They're like, all right, guys, that was a bad idea. Are they closing in now? We got 19 minutes left. MFD has 29 players now. They're about even in the build game now. However, MFD or NxW is gonna have to do better here in order to be able to take the lead. They're gonna have to do better to take the lead. Okay, Scammer on now. Oh, we got a TP staff. Are they gonna be able to successfully fill the rally? Can he fill it? Can he fill it? Can he feel it? Winter, wake up. Oh my god. What a play there. Solid play there by Winter. You'd love to see those individual plays. However, it's not going to be enough to take this building down. Maybe now with a swarm. Here comes the Hydra as well to assist. However, you can see how that guy just casually walked in. Winter and Rorichi kind of dropped the ball there. They should have been able to pay attention and be able to block that from coming in. Once again, Winter runs off to the right-hand side for whatever reason, and then the Skullgirl is going to be able to hop into the node and then hop straight into the Hall of Blessings. L move there by Winter, to be honest. Enric does a proper refill there, taking out the infantry march that's slower and putting in the higher health infantry march, and then just swarming down the tank, inflicting some of that Kuma HP still. However, with Kuma in the garrison as well, I don't know if it stacks, but successful defense here by MFD. The Lifestone spawns, you can see there. Magro Kuma is doing amazing against their Kuma Kwan. I mean, they have a Kuma Kwan, they have a Moon Bear, but it's not 3-star. Once again, NxW has control in the middle. NxW has control in the middle. This kind of reminds me of the TFS match, bro. Like, we had some pretty solid field control. Not complete field control, but we were able to capture the 2 Lifestones, and our opponents caught 0, but they won because they had more build control. I think more and more as I'm watching these matches, I'm like, oh my god, building control is even more so. Like, gotta make sure that you have those members. But then, listen, you can assign people, but if those players don't play their role, ultimately it's not gonna matter. It was those damn imp blocking, yeah. Those damn inf blocking, and then we definitely dropped the ball, like leadership-wise, of switching the garrison captain for our Hall of Nature. We got cooked on that right-hand side. I ended up making adjustments that, you know, we put a big, another strong player to help defend our close hall, and ended up making the difference. But I think I made that call a little too late. Now we have the stone kind of just stuck there now. Ab the Beast just standing there AFK. Oh, there he goes. He woke up. He's like, oh shit, they're attacking me. MFW has key buildings and NxW focuses on stone. Yeah, and then here's the thing, right? Because when NxW decides to focus a little bit more on buildings, they start getting their points per minute up. But as soon as that stone spawns, NxW like loses their mind and forgets about all the other buildings. You know? So ultimately that was like the downfall of NxW here. If not, they would have been going on to the top 16. And TFS would have never heard the end of it. NxW are like, bro, these guys, bro. Holy smokes. They are the kings of World Chat, man. Actually, the jokers They are the jokers of the world chat, brother. Like, you think you're a garrison captain at some point with Blink and no pet and the... Yeah, I know, B-Killick. I saw that, and like, that's why I need to assign like team captains per building. Like, their job is literally to make sure that that building has the proper garrison every single time, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's just so much happening, you know, especially for me as like the row lead. Like, it's impossible for me to look at every single building. So we need to assign specific people for that. NxW doing a good job here by blocking in the right ramp. We got 14 minutes remaining. MFD ahead by 4K. They're still fighting for this stone here. What's interesting is if no one captures the stone, it resets back to the middle. That actually happened in our matchup for TFS against 25IL. We were fighting for the stone for such a long time that it ended up resetting to the middle. Just don't say anything negative about them or you get mass reported and muted. Then they can say whatever they want. Mass reported is crazy. You can see Avda Beast trying to make the plays here with a Frigg Arthea and a Ferrando Craig. He's looking to intercept that flyer. Here comes Abda, trying to make in the sneaky play. Sneaks in between the enemy lines. Gonna hit the flyer immediately. He's gonna be able to melt him, and it's down. And just like that, MFD was able to capture the pet down here. Good job by MFD. Looks like MFD's plan is like when the pet is in their near base, they definitely send a lot more marches. When it's in the far base, it's just like a swing for luck at that point. It's still contested. The stone is still chilling. It's going to be damn near impossible for MFD to take this. But once again, MFD 858 points a minute to 253. Same problem that we've been seeing. Building control. Map is all yellow and gold. Yep, you can see in this top side here. You can utilize this little map on the top too to kind of maneuver around. Okay. Once again, as a reminder, guys, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, make sure you guys drop a like on the live stream. Definitely helps me out a lot. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that sub button, guys. Turn on that bell notification. Lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video. Also, if you're interested in supporting my journey as a full-time content creator, guys, consider dropping a membership on the channel. It definitely helps us out. If you make enough alts, you can mass report anyone yourself. That's so lame. Who has time for that, bro? Is there any way NxW can come back? Yeah, they could. If they took control of all the buildings and then captured the stone, yeah, they could definitely bring it back. But considering NxW haven't been able to control the buildings the entire match, the likeliness of that happening is very slim to none. Very slim to none. Look, there's just so many players here. 0 rallies coming out to the left to the Hall of Power or the Tree of Courage. Scamron's rallies are coming out, but they just don't have the support. Right? You can see Abda here making that individual play to, you know, refill these halls and everything like that. You know, the position that Abda is playing, it's not a sexy position, but it needs to be done, bro. I mean, even I'm going to do that for my next one. I'm just going to focus me doing building stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to get as much kill points. NxW is able to capture that, closing it in by 2.5k points. We got 10 minutes remaining. Next zone is available in 8 minutes. So at this point, it's just going to come down to building control, guys. Let's go ahead and forward it. Go ahead and forward it. And forward it. Yeah, so that's pretty much the bulk of it, guys. That's pretty much the bulk of it. 40 seconds remaining. The main things that I got to say about NxW for them to work on is they need to have assigned players that support each building / rallies. Okay, they had some pretty solid presence here on the field. Ultimately ended up coming short because of the building game. So GG. MFD moves forward to the top 16 and their opponent is EIS. That's gonna be a tough one, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put my eggs all in one basket for that one. I think EIS wins that one pretty easily. Okay, here we go. MVP is gonna be Paradise with 186.4 points. Lifestone points go to NxW, 10,500 Lifestone points. Their occupation points was 20.7 to 37.2. You can see there a little bit of a gathering for MFD at 404, 117 there. Total kills, NxW ends up getting the better trades. However, it doesn't matter because MFD focused the buildings better. Their Lifestone focus cost them big time. Yep. All right, the next one I want to watch, guys, was what I consider to be the biggest upset. One of the biggest upsets during this qualification round. And that specific loss that I'm speaking about was... Where's the other groups at? What the hell is this? Oh. Okay, there we go. That was so weird. I don't know why it looked like that. Okay, I want to watch Sleepy Eyes versus WAO. Okay, we're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're just gonna analyze what is Sleepy Eyes doing that they dominated Group H, because I had Sleepy Eyes coming in second. Okay, so based off my predictions, okay, let's see which ones were right. FWI and WB was a surprising one for me. I think FWY came out of nowhere. No one really knew what they were certainly capable of. However, they came out in first place. So the way that the top 16 happened was first place is going up against second place. So that's the way that they're doing this for the round of 16, which makes sense. You don't want all the first place match players or teams to be playing up against each other in round of 16. But anyways, I had FWY and WB coming out of this, and turns out to be that way. However, I had WB in first, FWY in second. That didn't happen. In this situation, I had 30 and A and Rage coming out of this, but Echo 2 ends up winning. How? It ended up being a point difference, I think. Yeah, it ended up being a point difference. So 30 and 8 at 170 for their win margin. Echo 2 at 67, and then Rage at 25. So it came down to a win margin, right? It came down to a win margin. You see Echo 2 versus NTA was 28.7 and 29.7. Okay. Rage versus NTA was a lot bigger. However, Rage versus Echo 2, what the hell happened there? Okay, let's go take a look at that. What the hell happened there? Did Rage just not show up? How did they get smacked like that? Chat, did Rage just not show up or what happened? Devil in the red dress. Okay, minute 30. This is Echo's third team, by the way, chat. This is Echo's third team. Since they disbanded Enjoy WB, they needed to be disqualified to receive the rewards. Wait, Rage is disbanding? I knew they had some drama going on amongst their players, but I didn't know they were disbanding. Are they actually? SSG going to WB, BDO to somewhere. What? Well, not really disbanding, but a big part of them are leaving, so you don't know if they still exist as Rage. Okay. This guy's getting ready to TP stuff, it looks like. Yeah, WB is going to be insane, dude. Aristotle and the crew, Infamate. So the SSG group. Damn. Damn. WB's cut off for this season. Oh, I know. Bro, TFS, we picked up one of WB's members. I mean, he had like 31 mil merits. 31 mil merits, 2.5 mil inventory. And I don't know if he was cut or he left. I'm not sure. But he's in TFS now. So I think oh my god, they're just swarming it down. They got a Magro Kuma in there, brother. That thing is going to get cooked. It's going to be tanky for sure. But they're going to be able to take that down. What is happening, bro? That's tough, dude. Garwood Kuma is, you know, an okay garrison. Okay. It's very tanky. It stays alive long. But, I mean, if it doesn't get supported, I mean, look how tanky it is. Super, super, super tanky. Yeah, I mean, this is just straight massacre, bro. Just straight massacre. That's tough to see, bro. That's tough to see for Rage, man. I really wanted to see them like succeed, right? Because for me, I think that the more successful kingdoms there is, the better it is for the game. Yeah, I mean, at one point, do they just like leave or something? I'm just kind of zooming through. Yeah, see, they start teleporting out. Yeah, so at some point they just give up. They're like, fuck this. Yeah, see? Yeah. That explains it. Because I was like, why was the match so bad? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, they would have still won, but that score was crazy. So okay, so that checks out. And it's tough to see, like I said, like I never wish bad on anybody, right? I wish every kingdom the best because, I mean, healthy kingdoms means a healthy game, and a healthy game is good for me as a content creator, right? So I don't pray on anyone's downfall. But anyways, I had Rage coming out of this. However, Echo 3 able to make it into that top 16 position. And then Group C, don't get me started on Group C, guys. You can see here, look at this, man. Look at the win margin. Like, for fuck's sake, dude. Like, I'll be honest, guys. OMG and 25IL, they are great teams. If TFS was in another group, like some of these other groups were like a fucking easy win for a lot of teams, right? For example, like if we were in Group D, easy win. Like we definitely, like if we took Echo 2 or NTS's spot, TFS makes it on. Unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. OMG and 25IL are good teams, bro. I'm telling you guys, like, they had some really good organization, bro. Really, really good organization. Anyways, I had OMG and TFS making out of this one, but I was wrong. However, I did put a disclaimer. OMG, 25IL, and TFS all had potential to make it out of this group, so I was right in that sense. Ultimately, OMG and 25IL make it out. Group D, yeah, I had Echo 2 and NTS coming out here, but I did have NTS coming out on top. However, Echo 2 able to make it happen. Let's take a look at the win margin. 151-74 wasn't even close, brother. Okay, then Echo and MFD, that is what I predicted. Let's look at the win margin. 255 to 38.5. Jesus. Okay, Group F, I did have EIS and YSS coming out of this. Let's take a look. 207 to 149. Jesus. Okay, Group G, I did have BTX and RAC. I had ROG as a potential of coming out. So 157 to 67. And the win margin there, BTX, RAC. And then Sleepy Ice and WAO. Let's take a look here, guys. Let's take a look at what happened. We'll take a look at the initial capture, the initial like 10 minutes, kind of get a feel of like what is going on here. Okay, because we have BTX versus WAO next, and that's going to be a very difficult match for WAO, considering that they took an L versus Sheesh. So, I mean, yeah, you have OMG reaching semifinals. Dude, OMG's good, bro. I'm telling you. We'll take a look at the matchup again. Let's take a look. So, first of all, Sleepy Eyes doesn't even have a TP order. They just spammed in. They're like, who cares? We're just going in. Same thing for WAO. No TP order. Which is interesting. You would think that teams at this level would have a simple TP order. Let me show you guys. So, what I mean by TP order, guys, these are the TP orders, right? You guys can screenshot it if you want. I really don't fucking care. Right? Here are the TP orders. So essentially, you want to strategically position your rally leads in 18 and 25 and 1 and 6 and maybe 2. You also want to position your runners in good spots and garrison fillers based off these like TP orders, right? You can see here the TP order on the other side. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. Exactly. When you get called, you enter. Okay, 50 seconds left. Let's go ahead and take a look at their initial plays. You can see here, this guy is going crazy here with an Emrys Atheist. Going out. Okay, WAO very slow out of the gate. So you can see Sleepy Eyes has those runners set. Okay, they got a Marduk Valen there. Yeah, these Sleepy Eyes you can see it already. Boom, he's gonna hit it. Followed by the TP staff. Yep, here comes the TP staff. Boom, those guys hit it as well. Here comes the infantry. Yep, here comes the infantry. Yeah, I mean they got a good setup, man. Look at this. WAO didn't even know what hit him. Yeah, WAO is gonna have to work on their initial plan there. Same thing here. They're able to take the blessings there. You can see that Sleepy Eyes has a good starting setup here. They have a good starting setup. WAO is gonna definitely have to wake up versus BTX and get that initial thing established. I mean, I put the offer on the table there for our guy Captain that I would help him set up like their strategy and stuff and see what they have going on. You can see here WAO going for the swarm immediately, though. What you can't fix with organization, you can fix with brute force, they said, and they're gonna be able to take down this hall. So Sleepy Eyes, same thing for Sleepy Eyes. They had a good plan, but they didn't have enough infantry / garrison lead to be able to take control of that. So they were able to take that control there. You can see on the left hand side, looks like Sleepy Eyes is focusing majority of their players on the left-hand side, while Sheesh majority of their players are on the right-hand side. So that is something that a lot of teams need to start taking into account for, is be able to decide, you know, what is the proper distribution of players for each side. No, WAO didn't have a TP order, bro. They just, a lot of their players just zoomed in. Okay. So looks like Sleepy Eyes is able to get like the first initial captures there. WAO in about a minute is going to be able to take control of that. WAO is just ooga booging everything, bro. Look at it. WAO just ooga booging around the map, making things happen through just brute strength. Through just straight up brute strength, bro. Here they come again. Wow. Okay, so Sleepy Eyes has a mage garrison. Oh, it's about to get swarmed down by WAO. How is the Grimora about to do against this swarm? Let's see. A Grimora Tohar not doing good versus the swarm, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. If you were wondering how good it can do, here it is. Getting swarmed down by Cavs, easy clap. WAO takes a Hall of Nature. This is crazy, bro. This is a crazy matchup all around. Sleepy Eyes is really making things happen. How the hell did they end up winning this? Like, it just looks like dominant form. Like Sleepy Eyes really made a miracle fucking happen here in this match. Like, actually, dude. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll leave you guys watching that. Look at that name in WAO. 2 tanks, 1 girl. What the hell? Okay, so you guys can see Sleepy Eyes and WAO are neck to neck. Something happened. Something happens in the middle of this that Sleepy Eyes just starts taking over. Okay, improper support of the buildings. I mean, dude. Bro, it goes to show you, like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just whoever has the bigger wallet. It's like, yeah, sure, having a bigger wallet definitely plays a factor. But if you don't have the correct organization, you're going to lose, straight up. I mean, look at us. TFS lost to 25 IL. They came in with a better strat. I'll 100% give that to them, bro. They had really good organization, good plans going on for their team. They definitely outplayed us. And then, I mean, you can see here, Sleepy Eyes and WAO, same thing for them.
Stinky enough like and sub to keep him stinky.
Jason Jeezy with the hundo bomb. With the hundo bomb. Sheesh. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Always showing support to the channel, keeping the gamer chair nice and stanky. Appreciate you. Can you please show yellow side TP placements? I already did. Huh? Okay, that Hall of Power now has Quan Kuma. You want to see how it performs in theory about the talents? Oh, okay, that one. Which one? No, not that one either. This one. Nope, not that one either. It looks like they switched it. It looks like they ended up switching it. You can see like something switched. Oh, you mean, like it's in the garrison now. I mean, bro, they took this with ease, bro. There was nothing in it. Oh no, that was just Garwanika hitting it. I mean, yeah, look, not having buildings properly filled. I don't even know if they're gonna rally it. They're probably gonna try to swarm it. You can just see it's like basics, bro. Like proper stuff of like refilling garrisons, yada yada yada. You can see Sleepy Eyes is taking control there, 380 to 240 against WAO. What else do we have here? WAO rally, Stargazer swarming there. There goes Tom. He said, "J God." Nevada, when are you gonna come to TFS, bro? Sleepy Eyes on the right hand side. I mean, this is still really close, man. I mean, WAO still has the lead. All praise to God for he is here. Oh my God. Don't raise this man's ego more, bro. Don't raise this man's ego more than it already is, man. Working on it. You're 3.5 mil merits. All right. Yo, BH, what's up, bro? Sleepy Eyes rally gonna go down there. I don't know, dude. I'm still curious of where it went wrong. Oh, look at this. I'm telling you, bro. I think I'm right about what I told you. Look how good it's doing. Look how good the rally's doing, and it has a rally tree in there. I'm telling you, I might be right.
Jason who?
Damn, single player with the 5 bomb said Jason who. Sheesh. Yeah, so what talents are being used? That's what you're confused. Night Films, I just told you. I think it's keeping the same talents from the rally tree. Yeah. So because it went in there, so like as a rally captain or rally lead, it's in the building, it's like keeping the talents. Because think about it, if this didn't have any talent trees in theory, it wouldn't be doing that good. Motherfucker dropping a 5 to say that, but is migrating back in a few days. Sheesh! Single player back to TFS? What the hell? What the heliante? What the heliberry? Oh, the Skogel gave him the work. The Skogel gave him the work. Trying to get into that building. Can he do it? Can he do it? Can the Skogel get in? And bro, see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I think I'm right. Just looking at this, I don't think we need to do a garrison swap. I'll be 100% honest with you, bro. I don't think a garrison swap is needed. You're coming back to Swarm Jason? Nice. What do you think about the new season? I don't even know anything about the new season. So Sleepy Eyes captures the first beast. You can see that. They had a good presence there. Yeah, so you can tell Sleepy Eyes has a good base foundation of row over WAO. The battle log should show some rally-specific talents if it's true. That's true, actually. We'll take a look. And they finally got it. I mean, just looking at the performance of it, look at this. Just looking at the performance of it, it should be true. Like, what is this, like, oh, hold on. Yeah, look at this. It's 100% working, bro. I mean, don't tell any of the teams that are still in, chat. That's huge. That is massive to know that you don't need a garrison swap. Look at battle log. Expand all turns. Yeah. It's using it, bro. Look. Legion takes 3% less damage when attacking rallied armies and garrison. It's using all of it, bro. That's wild. I don't even think a lot of top road teams know this. It's only been speculation for me for a while, but now that we're out of the league, I'm like, whatever. I don't even think you don't even need to do garrison swap. Yeah, they're working. You bet Echo knows? I don't think they do, bro. I mean, I watch them play, but like we don't even know enough that they haven't even been challenged yet. You know what I mean? Like the Echo team hasn't even been challenged yet.
Is that why Mifkin Rally kept getting cooked in the last match?
No, your rally kept getting cooked because 25IL was just supporting their march better, Jay. I was watching I watched it during breakfast, actually, your building specifically, and that's why they kept winning. They were just supporting their garrison. So they would have like a infantry march over here that was hiding in the tree, and they would just like walk in and support rallies and support the building or whatever. You can see by the lightly wounded. There's different lightly wounded, so that's how you can kind of tell how it was being reinforced or whatnot. And Jason with another 100 bomb. With another this guy communicates in 100 bombs. This guy communicates in 100 bombs, chat. Like, I mean, like, huh? Also, guys, be around for those of you guys that are into Pokemon. Jason's going to be starting his YouTube channel, and I'm going to be his first video editor. That's going to be my first video editing gig. All right, guys? So if you guys are into Pokemon, stick around, especially for Pokemon card traders. I know you guys are probably like, why is he saying it like that? I don't know. It's just funny. But stick around for that. He's going to be creating his channel. We're going to be doing YouTube shorts. We're going to be doing long form of Jason and his conventions and everything like that. So stick around for that, guys. Yep. I mean, look at that, dude. Sleepy Eyes just controls the buildings, dude. Appreciate the love once again, Jay. Phenom with the 2 months. Phenom with the 2 months membership. Appreciate you, brother. Being a official member for 2 months in a row. Thank you. Guns, who's your long shot pick that is a serious contender? A long shot pick that is a serious contender for me is going to be 30 NA. 30 NA. Because right now everyone thinks it's going to be between Echo and EIS, right? That's what everyone's guessing. But I think if there's anyone that can make an upset to it, is either 30 NA or FWY, that team that beat WB. Yeah, it looks like after this, there's just a breakdown, bro. Look at this. Traveling. Now they have the stone as well. Yeah, it looks like it's just a breakdown after that. Look at that. 17 to 10. Stone is traveling again. They're going to dunk it in again. They just have, like, control of the whole field, bro. They took control of both beasts. You know? Way forward again. They have control of 3 beasts. Like, they're just controlling the whole field. They're just controlling the whole field. Let's look at WAO, Bohem, Israel, Red Arm, Shutdown, and Tom Holland's friend. Yeah, Captain wasn't even here. He said he was busy with the family out of Pumpkin Patch or something like that. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, mate. Anyways, that's it for that. Okay, so any other ones that we want to squeeze through here? Echo versus Echo 2 finals? No. No. I think I've given my prediction before. So FWY versus Echo 2. That one's going to be an interesting match. That one's going to be an interesting match. That's where we're going to really see what FWY is all about. Right? Because we look at the group stage. And we look at WB. Okay? WB got taken by surprise by FWY. It's a good thing, though, that happened to WB. Because that made them open their eyes and be like, holy smokes. Like, we got to really work on this root stuff, you know? And then they went off and beat DYH. Okay? DYH ended up getting absolutely smoked by FWY. You can see here, FWY 71.7 to 12.2. Right? WB beat them about the same. So, after making the adjustments, WB still scored about the same as FWY. WB got 92.5 here. So 81.6. Watch the YSS one? I mean, why would I watch that, bro? They got smoked. They got smoked. What is there to watch there? Ain't nothing to watch there. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Any fighting or anything going on? I'm thinking about doing a forge right now. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I could do Forge of Light and max out my Shield of Sturdiness. Why would anyone want to watch BNR? Yeah, dude. Lil Yeager. What's up, Lil Yeager? How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? Yeah, something smashed up. You hope WB improve their road this week? Alright, let's take a look. I'll give you guys my predictions. Okay, FWY versus Echo 3. I think FWY wins that. LMG versus NTS. I think OMG win that. So then FWY versus OMG. I think OMG win that. OMG in the top 4. And then Echo beats YSS. BTX beats WAO. Echo beats BTX. Echo beats OMG. Echo in the finals. 30NA versus WB. 30NA beats WB. 25IL versus Echo 2. Echo 2 wins that. 30NA versus Echo 2. Echo 2 wins that. Okay, so they make it here to top 4. EIS beats MFD. Sleepy Eyes beats RAC. EIS beats RAC. EIS beats Echo 2. And then Echo versus EIS finals. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that prediction? Echo EIS or Echo versus Echo 2? Agreed. Agreed. Echo 2 over 30NA. So I have 30NA beating WB. I have Echo 2 beating 25IL. But then here, when between 30NA and Echo 2 won there. Where? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. So 30NA versus Echo 2. I think Echo 2 wins it. Yeah, I think Echo 2 wins it. I think 30-8 has a chance of winning it. Like I said, if there's anyone that I think makes like a surprise, like a sneak attack, it's going to be 30-8 or FWY. Yeah, Echo named their teams weird. Right? Because they have Echo, which is their main one. And then they have Echo 1. Echo 1 should have been Echo 2. And then Echo 2 should have been Echo 3. Wait, where's Echo 2 at? Talking about Echo 2. Oh, there they are up here. That's crazy, bro. 3 teams from Echo make it into the finals, bro. Sheesh. Okay, so getting Frame or getting the new city skin, we have OMG and Echo. OMG and Echo getting the city skin on the left side. And then on the right side, Echo 2 and EIS. That's crazy, bro. Echo's gonna have Echo's gonna have like 90 players with the Row skin. That is so OP, bro. That is so OP. Yeah. About 90 players with the skin. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty intimidating, right? Like they poured in with their Row skin just to flex. You know what I mean? Let's see, looking at the losers bracket. Looking at the losers bracket. Okay, let's see. On the left side, I'm just going to look at who I think is going to make it to the finals out of the left side. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I think GG. Oh, actually, no. GG's disbanding. Okay, so they're out. I honestly don't know. I'll see, the right side. I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. Well, X is disbanding too, from what I heard. Is that true, chat? Does anyone know if that's true or not? See, we played against SCL. SCL's like, they're okay. You know, like they're decent. So X vs SCL, SCL beat them. That was their L. That's who X lost to. So X is probably a pretty decent team. And then you guys said Tiny's team, right? They lost against 21SW? Yeah, I mean, they're 6-1 also. I think every team's here 6-1, right? 7-1. Some teams made it a little further. DK made it a little further. 6-2. 7-1. They just have higher percentage rates. I don't know. I haven't even checked ours. 6-2 win-loss. Average score 65.2. Okay, there's also the leaderboards too, right? Okay. Right here. So season 1. Rallies. Look at that. Kuma Kwan's dominating the rally game, bro. 44 matches. Win rate. Does it show like who? Garrison. Kuma Kwan's. PvP. You can see like all the different marches that people are kind of using out there. You got to keep in mind, right? We see a lot of Mag Zays on here. I mean, it's just very Cav dominated. Like, look how many mage players there is. All right. Let's take a look at season rankings. Look at that. So season rankings, this is within the knockout round, right? So you got Echo winning 3 matches, winning 3 of their group matches, right? So these are all the teams that won 3 matches. So this is cool. I wonder if it's just gonna keep like forever data, or you gotta. Oh, damn, sorry. It has to be like per season, probably. I wish they had like an overall. Would be cool. You can see like overall, personal data, kill points. I'm almost in the top 100 for that. Lol. I don't even know how. Half the time I'm not even fucking playing. I'm just looking around the map. So number 1 we got Kill Boxing, Pain, BNR, OMW Light, Beast Bella, and 7 Bank representing TFS there, server 40. Guru, Dr. Werewolf, Amph. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's see who's the Livestone MVPs. Bebe. Bebe is the Livestone MVP. Scroll down for Alliance rank. Oh, Alliance data. So win margin. You got Echo number 1. EIS number 2. 30NA number 3. See, this checks out with what I told you guys. You remember I was like, Echo and EIS are the favorites, but if there's anybody that's going to slide in and take a dub, like a surprise the community, 30NA and FWI. BTX, Echo 1, Sleepy Eyes, WB, YSS, WAO, OMG, NTS, RAC 25IL, and then TFS. That's funny because we were ranked 15th, and our win margin is 15th. And then after that, it just drops off, bro. A2G, negative, 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 right? Occupation points, probably about the same. Kills. OMG, bro. See what I told you guys, bro. OMG's crazy, bro. Like, I'm not telling you guys this because we lost to them, but I'm telling you, like, let me show you guys an example, okay? Let me show you guys an example of the level of coordination that these guys have, okay? Let's go ahead and go to the TFS versus 25IL match. Let me show you guys the play, bro. Okay. So, boom, right? The match starts. I'm like a second late to deploy my runner, right? So here comes my runner. Here comes my runner. I make damn near a perfect play, and we end up not winning this haul over here, right? So I'm like a second late, so then it shows, right? I kind of had like a lag. You know when you click on the screen and then doesn't let you deploy? That's kind of like the little bug I had, right? So boom, Tata gets there. I'm there, and I'm like, oh shit, he doesn't touch the building. I come in, boom, steal the building, bang, W play, right? Here comes the boys, Cement Man. Blinks in, Lurder blinks in. Solid play by the boys. They're starting to swarm. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Switch the garrison. I'm clicking it, trying to click it. It's not working. Finally, I'm able to switch it. Bang. Right? The rest of our guys come in. They start swarming in. Right? They're trying to swarm it down, but it's too late. Right, here comes the rest of my marches. Boom, boom, boom. We're all going ham, cleaning them up. Bang, 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 bang. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Right? We go forward. Here comes our rally, right? Here comes Nuka's rally. Knife Films, it wouldn't have mattered. He had like one march. It had like a one troop march. So immediately our rallies are coming out. Watch this. Now, look at this. Look at this. Look what 28.5IL is doing. They have set players that are going to automatically fill this Hall of Power. When teams do this, it's fucking damn near impossible to take that building, bro. I like, they do this shit the entire game. Right? They do this shit the entire game. So boom, here comes Nuka's rally. I'm like, cool, Nuka's rally's hitting. Here comes my Cavs down here to kind of block them off, do a little bit of field control. We definitely dropped the ball over here. Mandu, I instructed Mandu to have 2 blinks ready here, which he didn't listen to me, but whatever. Well, you know, I'll talk with him about that later. So boom, Nuka's rally's hitting. I'm like, awesome. Right? We're starting to cook it. Bella notices that the marches are chilling there. Right? But these guys are just going to boom, blinks in. Look at this guy. Blinks over. Boom. I think if, 2020 hindsight, boom. So they're just like walking in, right? Bella could have potentially like blocked that, but I don't even know if Bella notices that the marches are here. So we're here and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, okay. We could potentially take this building. Right? We could potentially take this building back. And then I make a TP staff play. Watch. I make a TP staff play. Boom, so Nuka's rally's here. Is the problem was that I couldn't TP staff just yet. Right? So right here I see Lurder. And I'm like, perfect. I can TP staff on him. I think. I forgot who I TP staff on. Maybe it was Bella. I can't remember. Okay, yeah, here comes Bad Dog. I'm telling Bad Dog, like, hop in the rally. Boom, hops in the rally. But these guys are just doing perfect refills, bro. Like, 25, I'm telling you guys, 25 IL is a good team, bro. They are a good team. And then right here, we fucked up, dude. Gru is just cooking our shit with the Hall of Nature. Something about that Cav rally was just like crazy strong. We didn't have it properly filled either. That's just individual play there. Because I had assigned players. I think I eventually do it, but I just like do it too late. See? They're just filling it. Just properly filling it every time, dude. We have good control on the left-hand side. Look at this. I have assigned players for building defense. Right? Left side's doing pretty solid. Right side, we're struggling on the left-hand side. They end up taking our Hall of Nature. Okay, I'm finally able to TP staff in. Right? I'm finally able to TP staff in. I immediately go fill the rally. Boom, I fill the rally. But by this point, it's like a little too late, man. You know? It's a little too late at that point, but I'm like, screw it. I'm going to keep trying. I ultimately end up recycling all 3 of my fucking marches through that damn rally, and we still don't fucking take it, bro. Like, they were just doing such a good job. Like, I mean, we had a really good opening, initial play, but ultimately, long story short, in this scenario, 25 IL was doing this shit right here. Just dedicated inf marches to come block our fucking ramps. A mixture of that and a mixture of building control. We ended up losing the match. Tough, bro. Tough. Can you block the blink if you place Legion in the right position? Maybe. So yeah, tough loss for TFS. I mean, I was looking around the map. You know, there are some individual actions that could have been improved for sure. However, that was TFS's first, like, you know, competitive row team to be in there. So, like, we're a fresh team, right? I just took over the team. I've made a lot of major improvements to the team. And we're just going to continue improving as far as the strategy goes, right? After that, it just comes down to, you know, your quality of player and individual plays. MFD Guns, MFD Jason G. You're crazy if you think Jason will ever go to MFD, bro. You are crazy if you ever think that. Abdo will probably go off on a fucking fishing trip or something in the middle of a KVK. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na. What's your opinion of NxW after this KVK now? What do you mean? What is my opinion on it? I think NxW is a kingdom that's very active, very toxic kingdom, but they're a very active kingdom, and if they get the proper whales around them, people that can yeet out infantry and cabs, and replace some of their lower powered players with stronger players, I think they're headed in the right direction of becoming a good kingdom. They have a few things they need to clean up, and besides that, I think they're chilling. I'm almost fully healed. Let's go. When do we go back to home kingdom? Can we just end it now, bro? Fluffy and others still with TFS. You think TFS would go top 5 maybe? Oh, brother. Bro, if we still had our old crew, yeah, we would have got placed in a better group too, right? Because we were rank 15. We're in that weird spot, you know what I mean? How did they end up doing the groups, by the way? Did anyone ever pick up how they did the groups? Like what teams were where? How did they end up doing the groups? Let's see, OMG. Does this show what their rank is? Okay, rank number 5. No, that's their server number. I don't know what the power ranking is. We're 15. SCL is down there. They're low, right? OMG was a little bit on the stronger side at 5.7. It looks like they kind of picked and chose a little bit, right? You asked because NxW recruited a bunch of us from GG. No, I know. Some of the players I tried recruiting from GG are we're going to NxW. I'm bruh. Were you guys not watching the fucking KVK or what? Were you guys not watching the KVK when TFS was smack in the middle of both BNR and NxW and giving them the work each time? We'd go over to BNR, slap up BR. We'd go over to NxW, slap up NxW. And clearly they weren't watching. But I know that some people don't join TFS because they're afraid of Jason or some shit, bro. I think there's a lot of players that don't join TFS because they think Jason is a fucking a monster or something. I don't know, bro. I do know that though. A lot of people that have told me oh, I don't want to join TFS because of Jason. I'm because of Jason what? Oh, he's toxic and da 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 da. I'm I mean, yeah, our boy Jason's pretty savage, but at the end of the day, if that's the only reason why you're not joining, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Jason is a scary monster. Bring the freaking imp. You heard 40 players from GG went, and then other players went to LXV, and I heard that people went to LXV because because they're super active and da 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 da. I'm just damn, bro. It feels bad, bro. It feels bad. I don't know. I mean, for me as a TFS player and the officer, I'm just bro. I think one of the things with TFS is we've been around for fucking ever. You know what I mean? TFS has been around for such a long time. And I get it. People are, gambling with newer projects, which is fine. Guess what? I mean, it's going to be ABB next season, chat. ABB. Who do you guys think is the best ABB? Ain't no fucking way you guys don't include TFS in one of the best Bs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking way you guys don't include TFS as one of the Bs. If I had to take a guess, WAO is probably going to be an A. They like working with us. We've worked with them and we work pretty well together. So it wouldn't surprise me if WAO and TFS are in part of that AB. The question would be who's the other B group, or if TFS even wants to be in that group, right? Maybe we just decide to be in a lower tier A seed. I don't know. Guns one of the oh my god. Have I seen the ABB map leak? It's a It's A versus 2B kingdoms in the new map. Is G1 in already? Watch, they will categorize as an A. I mean, you never know. You never know. I think TFS by the time all the recruitment and everything goes, I think we'll be like 16, 17 bail probably. Personally, you wanted to go back to TFS, but you followed a group of players that were opposed to it. Why do people follow groups, bro? Like what? Like I never understand that. Like if you have a decision that you think is better, but you go somewhere else because of a group. Like, if the group is, like, solid, you know what I mean? Like, they got some killers, and, like, you vibe with them in VC, stuff like that. Like, I get it, bro. But so many people are, and I'm not saying you, Jack. I'm just speaking in general terms now. There's so many people that follow these groups that are just, like, trash groups. Like, why are you guys a group? You guys are trash. Respectfully. TFS versus Noir back in the day was the one I was like, yeah, I like TFS. They've been through a lot since then and still around. 90% of OG alliances can't say that. Yeah. I mean, like I said, when it comes to TFS, like, it's about, obviously, Jason having that never giving up mentality, right? That's number one. And then freaking Bumblebee and Icon that have been with Jason for fucking God knows how long, right? And then Vico, now part of the team. She's pretty much like a mini Jason, which could be annoying sometimes, but, you know, she's good at what she does. And, you know, and then me joining the team, you know what I mean? Like, we have a good team. Could we be better? Sure. Every team could be better. But right now, when it comes to the game, it's about, like, it's a lot about hype. You know, it's a lot about hype, and there's a lot of hype around the LXV group, right? NxW talks a lot, so, you know, they have a lot of their own hype. I don't know. TFS versus Noir back in the day was the one that I was like, yeah, I like TFS. They've been through da-da-da. Okay, I read that. TFS does have the best AI. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting, guys. Like, how do they categorize the A's? How do they categorize the B's? Right? Because you only have so many different kingdoms. You know. So that's when our boy. 1 second, chat. Let me switch accounts. That's when our boy BN is gonna come in, right? Our boy BN's gonna come in hot with the takes. Hot with the takes. To be able to see like what ABBs are, right? And I mean, I'm not, you know, if I was a betting man, I think it's pretty. What the fuck? These guys just deleted all their shit. What the hell? These guys just deleted all their stuff. Fuck, dude. I got a freaking shop to look at my shop. Look at my shop, bro. I got a shop to clear. You reckon any alliance 20 bill and above will be A? Yeah, probably. So I need a 1,080,000 merits within 4 days, bro. How am I supposed to do that with no opponent to fight? Wait, when does this start? Okay, this is reset at like fucking midnight for me. Fucking hell. Little statue. Okay. Set an alarm at 9 hours and 30 minutes.
9 minutes starting now.
No, not 9 minutes. Set an alarm at 9 hours and 30 minutes.
Set your alarm for 9:59 p.m.
Better get to merit farming. Well, we're not allowed to merit farm now. Now that we're officially in a zone war. See? Trade merit equals ban. So. Bum 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 bum. Oh shit, I was supposed to do mages. Get the ban? What if they don't show up? I mean, listen, YSS leadership's pretty reasonable. So I think that at one point they're gonna be like, okay guys, if you need to do it to clear your stores, then do it. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be only logical. And so far my time in YSS, the leadership has been fairly damn logical. Yeah, YSS is at like what, 21 billion power now? And they continue to attract extremely strong players, bro, that are like sick of why. You know what it is? You know what I've noticed about YSS? YSS is filled with like powerful players that are just sick of KVK 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it seems like. If you look at the merit rankings, right? Jeeds, old RAC player here, 312 million power. Warlin, I forget. He's said it a few times where he's come from. He had 100 mil merits last season, already at 22 with one season or one zone, right? Super Cow is another massive player, 371 million power, right? I'm not sure where he's. I think he has a freaking account in Rage, and I think Jeeds does also. So, like, there's a few people within YSS that have, like, really strong accounts in, like, G2 and are just here with their, like, other accounts in YSS. That seems to be, like, pretty common, right? Like, a few other people have reached out to me that have, like, alt accounts and whatnot and, like, want them to go to, like, active kingdoms in a season that's offset from G2. And, yeah, I mean, we just smoked. Do you guys remember NF57? Do you guys remember NF57 and Laws? Wow, they like completely fucking evacuated this whole area. So NF57 and Laws made a whole nother group called Hunt, the Wild Hunt. So that's where these guys are at, and we absolutely smoked them, bro. We absolutely smoked them. I need to figure out how to permanently ban people, bro. I'm like, that Michael guy is just annoying, bro. I don't know how to perma-ban people. I'm gonna have to YouTube that shit. How to perma-ban annoying ass people. Poor NF went to G3 to get easy wins and they get demolished. I mean, they must have known YSS is here, bro. You know, they must have known YSS is here. What was my OG server? Server 32. Yeah. Oh yeah, 31, my bad, 31. All the 31 OGs are like, 31 guns! All the old heads. Hey, shut your guys' old ass heads up, bruh. Old ass people in the chat. All the OG Call of Dragons players. Bro, I mean, listen, I'm going to be around for a long time in Call of Dragons, bro. Like, I'm going to be here till the devs are like, you know what? We're canceling any new content. You know what I mean? We're not making anything new. GG, we're canceling the partner program. The game's dead. Like, at that point, we'll move on. But as long as they're, coming in with content, as long as my, you guys are showing up to my live streams, showing love to my videos, and da-da-da-da, like, we're just going to continue doing Call of Dragons. Like, that's just the bottom line. And then eventually Lilith is just going to release another game that's going to have everything that every kingdom builder should have had from Rise of Kingdoms and Call of Dragons. So y'all better start saving up your monies, bro, because it's going to happen. It's going to I want to start like a little, start setting a little, a little 20 here, a little 100 here, like a side money that I set aside for like a big push on a new game that comes out, That ain't gonna happen anytime soon with the money they keep making. I mean, like I said. You guys know, I was just talking about this with Sneaky. We just recorded our first podcast with Sneaky. He's starting a podcast and he invited me as a guest, so it's called The War Table. That's one of the things we talked about. It's like how Lord of the Rings mobile game is officially discontinuing. Yep. In Rise of Kingdoms, when did Rise of Kingdoms come out? You'll sell your other kidney when the game is released? Lol. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. They didn't even know there was a Lord of the Rings. Yeah, there is. There's also a Game of Thrones one. But the thing is, like, they're more like toilet games, man. LTR has so many failed ventures. Like, think about it, bro. With how big those franchises are, if they could have figured it out, Rise of Kingdom / Call of Dragons style, can you imagine? Just think about it, chat. Can you imagine a Call of Dragons, Lord of the Rings themed game? Like, you guys would lose your shit, bro. There'd be so many people in this chat that would just be like, just fucking take all my money, dude. Just take all my money. Right? All the behemoths with Lord of the Rings theme, like, it's all there, dude. It's all freaking there. Gandalf just holding off a behemoth in a choke. Right? Like, imagine, like, you could do, like, a Gandalf, like, field, like, skill. Right? Like, you're holding the bridge, and you're like, fuck, activate the Gandalf skill. And then he just comes out and fucking, like, does the whole movie scene. Like, the whole movie scene, like, comes out, like across your screen, and he just, like, and you can't cross the fucking bridge. You're like, fuck, they activated the Gandalf skill. Damn it. Now we gotta wait. You shall not pass. Like, bro, like, come on, dude. Never seen any of the Lord of the Ring movies? Nah. That's crazy. Swear, not your thing. Okay, well, have you watched Game of Thrones, Jern? Have you watched Game of Thrones? Yeah, so if you like Game of Thrones, you would like Lord of the Rings for the most part. Yeah. It's kind of that whole, like, lore, kind of like sword fighting, kind of, Obviously, Lord of the Rings has more of a monster kind of side to it. But yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, listen, it's just a lot of missed opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine Game of Thrones came out with a proper kingdom builder, like a proper one, not some fucking shitty Game of Thrones mobile one that they have? Like, the one that they have is trash, dude. Here's the thing, right? And I was talking with Sneaky about this. Like, you have your hardcore kingdom builders, right? I would like to think of Rise of Kingdom / Call of Dragons players as the hardcore kingdom builder players. Like, it's a very niche, specific group of players that play these kinds of games, right? And then you have your whiteout survival players that, you know, it's more for like casual players. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can progress your city and everything. Like, you don't even have to be in KVKs or anything like that to progress your account. And that's one of the things that I was talking about with Sneaky in the podcast was, if Call of Dragons can figure out a way to have account progression without having to sell your fucking soul to the game, like, Call of Dragons has a big opportunity to, you know, be up there, right? Think about it. Why is Raid Shadow Legends more popular than Call of Dragons? You know, think about it. Low key, you're quitting after Row League ends. It was a good run. What did it for you, Jern? Like, what like, what is Call of Dragons missing, or are you just simply bored? Because it has lots of... That's what I'm saying. It has lots of dungeons and raids. Account progression. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if Call of Dragons can figure out, like, some kind of brain rot account progression system within the game, like, brother. Now you're talking, dude. Now you're talking, because now you don't have to be in a kingdom to do some account progression, right? So now you're casual people, you know, who don't prioritize gaming like that, can also have fun on the game. Guess what? Maybe, you know, like, you know what? I'm going to try out some PvP. And then they try out the PvP side of it. And you're like, I can't be on 12 hours a day during main wars. So I'm going to go back to just being normal, like a normal player, and account progress that way as well. I think they need to have two ways of progression. Should they incentivize the PvP side that makes your account substantially stronger? Yeah, to kind of push some of the more casual players into the PvP side to try to get some better goodies. However, you should still be able to progress your account even through a more casual way. And that's why a lot of players don't play Call of Dragons and don't play Rise of Kingdoms, because they don't have the time and they don't have the money, right? Like, to be a crack Call of Dragons player is an interesting mix. You have to have money and you have to have time. We're talking top level here, okay? We're not talking, you know, some of the lower tier or lower spenders and stuff like that. We're not talking about that. We're talking, you know, we're talking about your fluffies, your heists, you know, your Jasons, your Sods, your captains, you know, guys that are, you know, getting 70, 80, 90, 100 mil merits plus kind of players, right? All those players that are getting that. Like, you got to have time and you got to have money. A lot of people that have money don't have time. A lot of people that have time don't have money. So to be able to have a combination of the two is fucking like, like, come on, bro. Mr. Sneaky, what's up, bro? Agree with Jern. Bastions are killing the game. No, look, listen. Now that you can buy back deads, I don't think Bastions are a problem. I'll be honest. Now that you can buy back most of your deads, like, I don't even think Bastions are that big of a deal anymore. However, do I prefer the open field over the Bastion play? Yeah. Yeah. This and theme seasons like Halloween is approaching. Why not make the map entirely Halloween theme, Halloween trees, some which catch pets, nighttime, there's so much they can do to the theme, said TFM. Okay. Nipper said, I agree with the Bastion, to be honest. They just ruined gameplay in their opinion. There's some serious marketing scheming going on with these games. Maybe they should be pre-servers. Victor says, reminds me of the days of RuneScape when you had your casual players and your players that would fight in the wildly. Every choke has a Bastion sitting on it. Time equals most valuable currency any of us spend on these games. True. Bastions are boring AF. Bastions are still a problem because you never lose your troops during the season. Bastions still do stall fighting for quite some time. Hashtag bring back barricades. Oh my god. They need to adapt a style of old school RuneScape loot with dungeons and farming for items and rares. It's a problem for me because it's not about the dead, it's the lack of variety. Okay. Problems with Bastion is not taking deaths. It's about 12 hours of filling rallies or Bastions. Extremely boring. Red Iron King says, I don't know that it's the deads that are the issue. You think Bastions are the lazy way out and a lot of times discourage the open field fighting. Pienso que también tener mana para grandes guerras es para muchos. Oh, claro, claro. Uh-huh. Behemoth versus Behemoth fighting needs to be a thing. Okay. You guys want to see something? I was going to make this... Oh, I still will make it a YouTube short. But they tweaked the Necro Elite to where it is OP, bro. Look at this. There's so many betrayals that happen. Pay attention to my marches. You guys can't see the health, but my marches right now are like 60% health. They tweaked something to the Necro that made that shit like fucking insane, bro. Look at this. I have full marches. Everyone's healthy. I'm like, whatever. There's a Necro. Watch out with that Necro, man. I was like, who cares? Look at you saw that? Hit that. Okay, hold on. Hit that motherfucker, man. Look at the health. Look at the health of my marches. Right? Very healthy. Right? They're very healthy. Zoom in, you said? I don't think I could zoom in here. Anyways, you'll see my marches just die. Look. Watch. Look at this. Look at this. I'm like, da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Still full health. No one else attacking me. Took a little damage there. Just living my best life. I'm like looking over at chat, right? No one else attacking me. Keep in mind, no one else attacking me. I'm like, all right, go back. No imp still being played. Boom, he comes up, hits me with a skill, and look at this. Whoa. Like, brother, what? Hello? Like, dude, I was so confused, bro. You can tell by the look on my face that I'm just like, what the F just happened? Like, that Necro just smoked me. No imp still being played? Bro, what the Yeah, they have always heard, but not like that, brother. Not like that. Not like that. What the fuck just happened? Bro, is this Necro just fucking punch? I'm still baffled. Baffled at what just happened. Like, what the hell, bro? What pet did the Necro use? Am I right, dude? Necro damage turned into a hard CC. Huh? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, well, nothing happening here. Dun, 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 dun. Ew. See, I hate when I get bored, chat, because then I start thinking shit like, maybe I could do Forge. I could do Forge on my main account. I do need to max out my shield. But then it's like, do I really need a max shield? Like, for what, dude? For what? Like, do I really need a max shield? Who needs a max shield when you have an exemplar Mad Goblin Spoon? You know what I mean? Like, why do I need a shield when I have an exemplar Mad Goblin's Boon? Like, let's be honest here. I'm thinking about reforging this shit, chat. I'm thinking about reforging this shit. What level is it? I'd get 2 copies out of it. Whatever. At least it gives you March speed. That is true. Damn, 68 March speed. Oh no, that's gather speed. 18% March speed. For some reason, for a second there, I thought it was 40% plus 18, 58% March speed. I'm like, holy shit, since when, brother? Since when? Bro, you know what really grinds my gears, chat? You know what really grinds my gears? The fact that the game that I play, when there's no war, I can't sit here and stream 8 to 10 hours a day for you guys. Like, I really wish I could, bro. But then, like, when I get in situations like this, what the F do I even do? Like, sure, I can sit here and just continue to yap about certain things, but it's like, huh? That was your issue? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Am I still in TFS? Yes, sir. In between seasons, there needs to be a ton of PvE gameplay, like mentioned above. Dungeon raids and so much more, not just that. Though that's what I'm saying, like, bro, they can have like a PvP matchmaking system that rewards players just for playing. Like, just play our game, right? Like, for example, like, they can have like a 4v4. So Rise of Kingdoms has a game mode where it's like domination. You gotta go control the points, right? And obviously you gotta kill the people to get them off the points, control the points, and then there's like there's a leaderboard for it, right? There's a leaderboard for it. Everyone in the game sees it. Why don't they have something like that? Something that you can just sit there and grind, and it'll show a leaderboard. And every time you win a match, it gives you like some speed ups, an hour speed ups, 2 hour speed ups, and you could just sit there and grind that shit the entire day, right? It also gives some lower spend players the opportunity to like gain some new stuff. Maybe you receive a warrant after you played 20, 30 matches. There's daily things that you can do for this matchmaking thing, like to just keep you on the game. Ultimately, their game is designed to keep you on the game, i.e., that's why every 10 hours, you got to come in and heal your troops. Every 24 hours or so, you got to come in and train some troops. You got to do your dailies, blah, 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 blah. They could do the same thing, but with some kind of matchmaking system that awards players for playing their game. And then people like me have something to do for hours on end just playing the damn game. I can just sit here chatting it up with you guys, trying different combinations, right? It could be a mage only matchmaking, a tank on tank matchmaking, cav on cav, a mixture, depending on what the game decides by randomization of what kind of troop configuration you need to run. That way there's not one set meta. Like, dude, there's like, come on, bro. They don't need to monetize your time in fun game mode since retention equals happy gamers. The fun matches capture the tower, lol. Your march goes, picks up the tower, needs to bring it to your side fortress. Something silly but interact. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Abyss could be that to a certain extent, but they fill our hospitals. Why? Why? Can someone explain why? Like, I wish I can, like, just, you know, have that answer. Why does Abyss fill our hospitals? Like, I want to know what is the reasoning behind that. Like, why? I like, I'm about to crash out, dude. I'm about to crash out. You know what I mean? Like, dude. They lied when they said that Abyss system counts merits, so they can't separate it from severely wounded. For you, it's even worse why it drains your stamina. True. 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 Uh-huh. Exactly. Exactly. Right? And then sometimes you're in war where, like, you're healing and you got nothing to do. Abyss is out. You don't want to play it because you don't want to fill your hospital. Like, why? Because you're getting merits to spend in the game. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they can just make it something else. They can make it its own separate system. Instead of earning merits, you can earn, like, I don't know, some other form of currency that's only specific to Abyss. That only Abyss uses. You guys get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, I wish I had something like that. Like, I can't even begin to explain to you guys, like, how much it saddens me when there's nothing really happening, that I can't just sit here and stream 6, 7, 8 hours. And I'm sure you guys feel it too. And it's during the times of being idle that people end up quitting the game, because they're just sitting here like, nothing to do. And I've spent thousands of dollars. Like, I want something to do. Jake, you ready to play some Battlefield 6 or what? It feels like you're in Home Kingdom waiting for a new season, but it's Zone 2. That is true. When is Zone 3 opening for us? I mean, and even then, map design on this map, I don't like it. I think every zone should be fought for. I think every zone should be fought for, and I think everyone should have access to the Dragon Zone. I think that's the best design. I forget what season has that. Is it Calling of Courage? I forget which one has it that way. I think that every time there's a pass opening, we should be excited. It should never be, boom, pass opens, no fighting. What? Like, no, like, I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. The lack of things to do in COD has costed me thousands in raids. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Call of Dragons needs something to implement that you can just brain rot in. Like, okay, hot take, I know, but with AI continuing to improve, I know it's a touchy subject, but hear me out. With AI improving, okay, I don't think it would be impossible to create endless scenarios of behemoths and mechanics that you can play. Think about that. Eventually, AI will be so sophisticated that it can create behemoth scenarios that you and your friends can get together and play and beat at different difficulties. So essentially, like how you guys were talking about, I'm not a big like World of Warcraft or RuneScape player, but for what it seems like, there's like a bunch of raids and dungeon stuff that you can do, right? You can have something similar to that. And Heroes, it's legit unlimited in fantasy games, exactly. The Sentry ... shows that COD devs can create a fun behemoth. You know what I wonder? You know what I wonder? Like, how much money does it cost to make a new behemoth? You know? Like, I wish I was a fly on the wall, like what the developers are making, like their plans. Like, I wonder how much money it costs to make a behemoth. I mean, I'm no computer programmer by any means, but it doesn't seem like it would be that much. You know, it doesn't seem like it. Then again, I'm not a coder or anything, so I'm not 100% sure. But I would like to, at least my own imagination kind of tells me, like, I think it would be reasonable to have a new behemoth every season. Is that too much to ask for, chat? Is there any computer programmers in the chat? I could be very wrong by saying this, obviously. I think 24/7 FFA Mosh Pit would be cool. Just map about the size of Abyss. Anyone from any server can drop in and fight there. Just unending chaos and war. Yeah, but there has to be a purpose too, though, Dr. Bong. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying, but there has to be an objective and a purpose. Because if you don't have an objective and a purpose, I don't know. D said $38,000. 3D modifiers, animators, coding would be barely $50K. Gridiron Keaton said $686,000. Depends on the system they have. Since some stuff they can copy paste, but unique factors can add more time. But it shouldn't be too difficult. Godford managed to do the same with Heroes and has over 200. Let's ask our chat. Is ChatGPT still the AI to use to ask questions? Is ChatGPT still the main one to use? Okay, ask anything. How much money does it cost Call of Dragons mobile game to make a new behemoth raid? Let's see. It's gonna give us some. It's not gonna know. Couldn't find any other live floors. I say. Okay. So, okay, we didn't get a good answer here. Okay, let's ask how much. Let's see. Let's ask ChatGPT. How long? Let's see if it knows. How long will Call of Dragons mobile game be relevant? Obviously, these are there's a lot of factors to these questions. How do you spell relevant? Chat, how do you spell why doesn't it give me the option, dude? Oh, relevant. What an A. Okay. I mean, I don't even know if it can give me answers to this, right? Because there's no set answers. There's so many things. Fundamentals for long-term relevance are in place. Content updates. So it gets like let's see, my estimate of how long it will remain. Let's see. If everything goes well, active updates, content expansion, strong community, you'd estimate that Call of Dragons could remain relevant for at least 3 to 5 years from now, i.e. till 2028, especially in the mobile strategy niche. It might even stretch beyond that if the developers significantly refresh it. Major expansions, esports events, broader culture reach. If things go less well, slow updates, player churn, high pay-to-play sentiment, its peak relevance window might shrink to 2 to 3 years, i.e. relevance fading around 2026. What to watch as indicators: update frequency, player base and activity, community and social momentum, cross-platform expansion. Ask it, how much would it cost to create a small multiplayer raid fight for a mobile game? Let's see. Let's see, how much would it cost to create a small multiplayer raid fight for a mobile game within the city building mobile genre? See you again. Okay, so on the low side, $20,000 to $50,000. Can you show me the growth pattern of Call of Dragons mobile game? Let's see what the data shows. Okay, what patterns / trends we can infer? The game showed rapid initial growth from the first year, from 1 million to 5 million installs from April to October 2023. This suggests decent launch momentum. However, from the revenue and download numbers in certain quarters of 2024, we see downloads falling, in the US at least, even as revenue grew somewhat. This suggests that perhaps fewer new users, but higher spend from existing users. Quarter 2, 2024 worldwide, the massive jump in WAU, 1.2 million, and high revenue, 1 to 2 million, suggests a spike or strong phase of engagement. But note that downloads were decreasing in the quarter, 187 to 98K, which may indicate the pool of new installs were shrinking even while active users remain elevated. The game has reached a plateau installs, 10 million on Android by 2025, which suggests its market penetration is now more mature and may rely more on retention / monetization than newer user growth. Interpretation, pulling it all together. The game had a solid launch and early growth, particularly globally. Growth in downloads seems to have slowed or even declined in many markets, especially US / Android after the initial surge. The active user base appears to have stabilized at a higher level, hundreds of thousands to 1 million WAU. What does WAU mean? Depending on the region / time, which is a good sign for retention. Revenue performance shows that the game can monetize that active base fairly well, through the data is partial. We only see certain quarters and geographies. The growth pattern is shifting from grow installs or grow / maintain engagement and monetization. That means future relevance will likely depend on more live ops updates, retention strategies than pure user acquisition momentum. Bottom line, the growth pattern of Call of Dragons can be summarized as strong launch growth slowing in new installs, active user base stabilizing at a decent size, monetization sustaining the game. This is a common pattern for many mobile strategy MMO games. Once you hit a certain user base, the challenge shifts to maintaining that base rather than growing exponentially. In practical terms, the game is relevant given decent weekly active users, and ongoing revenue, but it's less likely to keep growing the same rate as during early phase. The game's future will depend more on how well it retains and monetizes existing players than how many new players it can keep acquiring. Okay. If you like, I can pull together a chart, download / using all as yes. Okay. Wow, here's the charts. All the different revenues. So 2024, I mean, they have over 10 million, and that's just Android. They're not even including Apple. Looks like they're using data from Sense Tower. But I mean, here's the thing, right? And anyone that plays Call of Dragons, like, we don't really need charts to know what's happening. You know what I mean? I say this constantly, but between the people in the live stream, and I'm telling you, like, and I say this again, like, we have a small community. We need to focus on if you're having fun. Like, I think some people use the excuse of the game is dying as their way out because they can no longer sustain their account. So instead of saying, hey, I'm bored of this game, they go, oh, the game's dying anyways, and then they leave. Like, bro, be a fucking man, dude, and say how you really feel. Stop trying to look for a freaking scapegoat. Be honest with yourself. The game's too expensive for me. The game takes too much time. The game is affecting my relationship. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But everyone always tries to look for an scapegoat. Right? Like, this game's dying anyways. And then they leave. Like, let's be real, bro. Right? And I tell you guys this all the time. Like, for us as a community, and which is why I continue to play Call of Dragons, okay? Fortunately for me, it became, how I pay my bills. But what I will say is, like, we need to focus on the main thing. What is the main thing? Fun. Are you having fun? Yes. If the answer is yes, then I would say keep playing the damn game, dude. You're not having fun anymore? Then play something else. I don't know. That's just me. Or betray. Betray somebody. Like, Guns is telling people to betray now. Like, shit, calm down, guys. Calm down. I'll be right back. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, the other thing too is like the social aspect thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be 100% honest with you guys, chat. If it wasn't for streaming, and if it wasn't for the people that I vibe with in TFS and Discord, I probably wouldn't be playing this game. To be honest, like, for me, it's like a mixture of the fact that I do enjoy the gameplay, but it's more of like the social aspect of going to war with your buddies. You know what I mean? Like, you and your buddies going to war, fighting people. Like that to me is what keeps me around Call of Dragons, to be honest. And I definitely had a phase where I was spending way too much money on the game, but I was able to like be realistic with myself, look at my budget, see what money I'm working with, and make the decision then. The problem with a lot of you guys is that you are spending way too much than what you can afford. Like, a lot of you guys got to look in the mirror and be like, okay, I need to take this, not financial advice, okay? This is, you know what I'm saying? This is just my recommendation. A lot of you guys need to look in the mirror and just be really honest with yourselves of what is realistic for you. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? The Joneses just got a Lambo, aka Max G4 Mages, already got a cracked out Flaming Manticore. Like, stop trying to compete with that. You know, be realistic with yourself and what you're able to do, and put in some work. That's it. Anyways, guys, with that being said, that's going to be it for the YouTube stream. We are going to move over to Twitch. Okay, we're going to move over to Twitch, and I promise this time I 100% am going to go live on Twitch. We're going to be playing Battlefield 6. Hopefully my boy Lil Yake Year is ready to play. So that's what we're going to do here. So appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys click that link right there, guys. Click that link on Twitcheruski. Don't forget, if you have Amazon Prime, you also have a Twitch Prime that you can connect to your Twitch account and subscribe to my Twitch channel for free. Okay, obviously it takes time out of your day to connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch, right? But once you do that, you can subscribe to my channel for free and support my channel directly, which directly helps me stay as a full-time content creator. So for those of you guys that take the time to do that, I'd greatly appreciate it, and it's going to help me continue doing this full-time. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the live stream. If you enjoyed it, drop a like on the live stream. Okay? Don't forget, this Sunday, I will be doing a live commentary on the top 16 Roots of War matches happening. Okay, so make sure that you guys don't miss out on that. Okay? What else? Yeah. Also, if you're not subscribed, hit that sub button. We're on the road to 10K. We are on the road to 10K, guys. And when you guys do that, turn on that bell notification. Let you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Make sure that you guys check out my my recent video that I posted. Okay, doing some pulls. Okay, that's my recent video. Bang. Check out the recent video. Show us some love. Hey, there we go. Merc followed us on Twitch as well. Thank you, brother. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace, y'all. And stop betraying people, damn it. Peace.